Hi guys, my name is Medintseva and you are on my crochet channel. In this video we will continue to crochet this little dragon. This is the final part. You will find links to the first two parts in the description under the video. I would also like to remind you that I have a shop called Medintseva Toys on Etsy, where you can purchase the pattern in PDF format. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't done yet. Like, comment on the video and crochet with me. Now let's crochet a heart and sew it onto the end of the tail. Let's start crocheting a heart. We make a loop and 2 chain stitches, and in the first stitch we make 7 single crochets. This is the first single crochet, the second single crochet, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. In the second row we make 7 single crochets. We simply make 1 single crochet in each stitch. Turn it right side out. We have made the first half of the heart. In the next stitch we make a slip stitch. Cut the thread. Leave the end about 25 centimeters or 10 inches, so that you can sew the hole later. I'll show you. Here is a little thread. Pull and tighten the thread. This is how we got one half of a heart. We crochet the other half in exactly the same way. In the first row we make 7 single crochets in the first chain stitch. In the second row we simply make 7 single crochets. After this we don't cut the thread, but continue crocheting further. The second half is done. Turn it right side out. Hide the non-working end of the thread inside. It will act as a filler. These are the 2 identical halves of the heart we got. Now we will connect these halves. To do this, we need to make 6 single crochets along the first half. Insert the hook immediately under the slip stitch. Grab a working thread and crochet the first single crochet. You can place a marker to mark the beginning of the row. This will be the third row. In the next stitch we make the second single crochet. In the next stitch, the third single crochet. This is the fourth single crochet, 5, and the last 6th single crochet on this half. See, this is how it should turn out. Ready. Here we have 1 stitch left until the end of the row. We are skipping this stitch. Let's move on to the second half. Here at the beginning we also need to skip 1 stitch. You see, we are skipping 1 stitch. We start crocheting from the second stitch. Along the second half we also need to make 6 single crochets. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We ended up near the marker, so we did everything right. Remove the marker. We also pull out the thread. You see, there is a hole left here. We need to sew this hole. Sew with the thread that we left in the first half. You can stitch either with a needle, with a blunt end, or with a crochet hook. This is how we fold the 2 halves and sew them from the inside. I sew the 2 halves together using a crochet hook. In this way we will close the existing hole. We don't skip the stitches. Pull the thread through all the stitches. We check that everything is sewn and beautiful. It remains to sew the last stitches. Here you can tie a knot. I'm showing you from the outside. There is no hole. We also hide this end of the thread inside. It will also act as a filler. And continue crocheting the next row. Now let me remind you, we have made 3 rows. Our next row is the 4th. In the 4th row, we make 1 single crochet and 1 decrease, and do this 4 times, just until the end of the row. At the end of the row there will be 8 single crochets. We start a row, crochet 1 single crochet, and make 1 decrease in the next stitch. This is the first time. 1 single crochet and 1 decrease in the next stitch is the second time. 1 single crochet and 1 decrease is the third time. And the last time the combination 1 single crochet and 1 decrease is the fourth time. The 4th row is ready. Add filler to the heart. After this, we just have to make 1 last row, in which only decreases are crocheted. In the 5th row, we make 4 decreases. Filler added. I think this will be enough. Crochet the last 5th row in the heart. This is the first decrease. Continue further. The second decrease. The third decrease. If necessary, add filler. I decided to add a little filler. This is me finishing the last 4th decrease. In the next stitch we simply make a slip stitch. Cut the thread. Pull and tighten the thread. Now insert the hook from the side and pull it right in the center to the very bottom. Grab the thread and pull it to the side. Here we tie a knot so that the thread holds well and the heart doesn't unravel. Tie a regular knot and hide the end of the thread inside. The thread is hidden inside. This little heart is ready for our line Marshmallow Dragon. This heart will need to be sewn to the end of the tail, so with the thread that was left after crocheting the crest. For sewing we use a needle with a blunt end. Sew in this position. This is a very simple operation. Sew on all sides so that the heart holds securely. This is how I managed to sew a heart onto our little dragon. The end of the thread that remains is hidden inside the heart. Now we will make wings for the dragon. I have already made 1 wing. Crochet the second wing together. The wings are crocheted exactly the same way. This is the end of the thread I leave. Wrap the thread around your finger and make a loop. And we make 6 chain stitches. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We start with the second stitch from the hook. It won't work in the first stitch. From the second stitch from the hook we make the first single crochet. In general, along the chain of chain stitches, we need to make 5 single crochets. The first one is done. In the next stitch is the second single crochet. This is the third single crochet. 4. And in the last stitch we make the 5th single crochet. This is how beautiful it should turn out. Here we make 1 chain stitch. Let's turn. Starting from the first stitch, make 3 single crochets. This is the first single crochet, in the next stitch is the second single crochet, and in the next stitch 3. Here we make 3 chain stitches. 1, 2, 3. Now we turn the crochet like this. We continue to crochet from the third stitch from the hook. This loop is hard to see. It's the last one in the chain of chain stitches. This is how we grab this stitch with the crochet hook. Starting from the third stitch from the hook, we need to make 4 single crochets. Here in the third stitch from the hook, I make the first single crochet. In the next stitch, 2. This is the third single crochet and the fourth single crochet. We should end up in this corner, just near the other side. This is the end of the row, so to speak. From here we make 1 chain stitch and turn. Make 3 single crochets. 1, 2, 3. From here we need to make 4 chain stitches. 4 chain stitches are made. Now we will again turn the crochet and crochet from the third stitch from the hook. Therefore, I recommend immediately finding the third stitch from the hook. Mark this stitch. I will insert a hook into this stitch as if from below, as if from the inside. After that, I turn the crochet. It's easier for me. Grab a working thread and crochet 1 single crochet. In the next stitch, we also make 1 single crochet. That's 2. In the next stitch, we make the third single crochet. In the next stitch, the fourth single crochet, and in the next stitch, the fifth single crochet. This is how beautiful it should be. Here in the corner, here in this peak, we make 2 single crochets in 1 stitch. We get this as 1 increase. Ready. And now we need to make 4 single crochets along this side of the wing. This is the first single crochet, the second single crochet. Something is not working out for me. This is the second single crochet, 3, and the fourth single crochet in this corner. The wing is ready. Cut the thread. Leave the end long enough to sew the wing to the dragon's body. Here you can either make or not make a slip stitch at the end. I don't make it. This is the thread that should remain for sewing. The second wing is crocheted in exactly the same way. I already have 2 wings ready. Now we will sew the wings to the dragon. You can sew either higher or lower. I sew in the middle. For sewing we use a needle with a blunt end. Sew along the entire length of the flat side of the wing. I show you the finished dragon. My wing is sewn only at the straight edge. The wing is sewn almost to the top edge. To the top. Also note that my wings are not sewn close to the crest, but slightly at an angle. The wings are very easy to sew on, nothing complicated. Turn one wing over like this. Sew our wings to the dragon in this position. At the end, we then pull all the thread into one stitch on the belly. Tie them together into a knot and hide it inside. This is a standard operation for us, which we do very often. I hope you understand. We just sew the wing along this flat one side of the wing. This is how I managed to sew on the wings. My baby dragon resembles a pink and white marshmallow. Everything looks very nice. I show how the wings are sewn. As I told you, the wing is sewn on only one side, at the flat part. We got a very beautiful dragon. Now let's make ears for our little dragon. The ears are crocheted right on the spot on the dragon's head. We need to skip about 4 rows from the eye. So I count 1, 2, 3, 4. Along this part, this is how we will hook the loops. This is how we will insert the hook and crochet what I am going to say. I show you one more time. We skip 4 rows from the eye. Along this row we will crochet the ear. From the crest we skip approximately 2 stitches. We insert the hook like this from the crest side, approximately here. You can insert the hook a little higher. I think there is no need to insert it below. Grab the thread with the crochet hook. We leave the end longer so that we can make a tightening later. The hook is inserted. We grab the thread, pull it through the stitch, tighten the threads. Thus the thread is attached. From here we need to make 3 chain stitches. 1, 2, 3. Now we insert a hook into the same stitch and we need to make 1 double crochet. We make a yarn over, insert a hook under the same stitch where we attach the thread. Grab the working thread, pull it out. Now there are 3 loops on the hook. First crochet the first 2 loops. Now the second 2 loops. We have made 1 double crochet. In the next stitch we make 1 single crochet. Insert a hook, pull out the thread, 1 single crochet is made. From here we make 2 chain stitches, 1, 2, and in the same stitch we make 1 double crochet. We have made a yarn over, insert the hook into the same stitch, grab the working thread, pull out the thread, first crochet the first 2 loops, then the second 2 loops. You can see that we have 2 such beautiful things. We need to repeat the combination one more time. We make 1 single crochet in the next stitch. So I inserted a hook into the next stitch and crocheted 1 single crochet. From here we make 2 chain stitches, and in the same stitch we make 1 double crochet. That is, we crocheted the first 2 loops, then the second 2 loops. And now in the next stitch we make 1 single crochet. For now I pull out the hook to show you and see for myself what we've got. Let's immediately pull this non-working end of the thread to the underside of the head. Insert it into a needle with a blunt end. And in this way we thread the thread to the underside of the head. Just thread it to the bottom side so that it doesn't interfere with our looking at the beauty. We got this fabulous ear with 3 waves. These are the beautiful ears I came up with for this marshmallow dragon. It turned out to be a real cutie. I really like everything. If you want, you can crochet this ear closer to the eye. I like it this way most of all. From the bottom side we also cut off the working end of the thread. We also leave the end about 30 or 40 centimeters. Pull out the thread. Let me remind you that we ended with 1 single crochet. We also insert this end of the thread into a needle with a blunt end and pull it to the underside of the head. Insert the needle close to the ear where we finished. Pull the needle out from the underside of the head. Later we will tighten the muzzle, so we pull the needle into any loop. This is the beauty we got. Immediately, let's tighten the muzzle with this thread. To do this, insert the needle again at the bottom and pull it out near the eye from the inside. Through one stitch near the crest, we again insert the needle and pull it through to the lower part of the muzzle. And we tighten the thread a little to flatten the muzzle. At the bottom again, through one stitch so that the thread holds, we insert a needle and thread the needle to the second eye. Here again, through one stitch near the crest, insert a needle and pull it out at the bottom. Tighten the thread a little again, we do a very small tightening. A small tightening is enough for the dragon to transform. Now we thread the thread to the other ends of the thread and you can tie them together into a knot. After that, we hide everything inside. We crochet the second tier for the dragon in exactly the same way. We move along the same row so that everything is symmetrical. We skip 2 stitches, attach a thread, make 3 chain stitches, and so on according to the pattern. We repeat everything we did in the first tier. Crochet it ourselves. Both tiers of our marshmallow dragon are ready. Now we need to decorate the eyes and embroider the nostrils. There is nothing complicated about it. Take a needle with thick black thread. We insert the needle somewhere on the side. Here we leave a small end of the thread. When everything is done, we will return to the same stitch, tie the ends of the threads into a knot and hide it inside. Thanks to this, nothing will be visible and everything will hold securely and not fall apart. We simply embroider the eyebrows and nostrils of our little dragon. I won't comment on anything here, just showing how to embroider eyebrows and nostrils. Eyebrows and nostrils are embroidered. This is how beautiful it turned out. I'm waiting for your likes and comments. Send photos of your toys to me on Instagram. I'll leave the link in the description under the video. You can also attach a photo of your toy to your review on Etsy. Thank you for crocheting with me. See you soon.